Hello everyone, this is Terry Solomon with GoTreasureHunting.com, and today I want to talk to you about nugget shooting, or metal detecting for gold nuggets, electronic prospecting. I got into prospecting for gold when I was just a kid. My dad and I used to go back into the Bradshaw Mountains of Arizona and prospect for gold. We'd be out sometimes, 2, 3 weeks at a time. Sometimes on horseback, sometimes in the Jeep. It just depended on what locations we were going to, either in the Bradshaw or Weaver Mountains. And I really got hooked on gold prospecting. And then later in the 1970s, when the C&G metal detectors came out and people started finding gold nuggets, that's when I got hooked big time on gold prospecting and metal detecting or nugget shooting, going out to the different areas in the Weaver and Bradshaw Mountains and trying my luck with a metal detector. And we were pretty lucky back in the late 70s, early 80s. There was still big gold to be found, and we found our share of it. Because of those experiences, I opened a gold prospecting school that operated for several years in the mid-2000s called Arizona Gold Adventures. And at Arizona Gold Adventures, we trained literally thousands of people to prospect for placer gold and to use metal detectors to find that gold. I was very lucky to know and train under several people in the industry. Bill Southern from Nuggetshooter.com has taught me quite a bit. Kevin Hoagland from Mine Lab, now with the GPAA. Chris Golson from Arizona Outback has taught me quite a bit. I trained with him at the Technology Training Center in Prescott for Mine Lab. Rusty Henry from Tesoro. Rusty is actually a good friend of mine, and he has taught me incredible things. He taught me how to use the Tesoro Lobo Super Track, and I found literally pounds of gold with that machine. I've just been fortunate to work with some of the best there are. Rob Allison, Brett Chilcott. I even was lucky enough to be asked by the BBC to help them put together a segment for What's the Earth Worth, which was a special on the History Channel. And I was able to pull together the absolute best nugget hunters in Arizona, possibly in the United States. We had Chris Golson, Brett Chilcott, Mike Furness, Calvin Bunker, Mr. Martinson, Chris's dad, Mr. Golson there, and just the combined years of experience was amazing. And to watch these guys do what they do, to be able to participate, I was very, very honored. So let's talk about the machines that you want to zero in on if you're going to be serious about nugget shooting, metal detecting for gold nuggets. All of these machines are available at FortBedfordMetalDetectors.com, and talk to Keith Leppert there. He'll make you a great deal. I've known Keith for quite a while now, several years, and he knows what he's talking about. He uses these machines. He knows how they work, how they get them set up, and it's very important that you buy from a dealer that you trust and from a dealer that knows how to set these machines up and train you to use them if necessary. The first machine I want to talk to you about is the Minelab Equinox 800. This is a very capable machine. It has its own channel for gold prospecting. You can buy the small 6-inch coil for it, which I highly recommend if you're going to use it as a nugget shooter. It's also very capable as a multi-frequency machine on the beach, in parks, in the woods, for coin shooting, jewelry hunting, artifact hunting, whatever you want to use it for. It's a fantastic machine, and at $900, it's an absolute bargain. The next machine that you want to look at, this is a VLF, a single frequency VLF machine, but it actually has a microprocessor in it, which is very interesting. This is a great machine that can find extremely small gold at depth. The MineLab Gold Monster 1000. You want to take a hard look at this machine if you're serious about gold prospecting. Again, it runs about $900, worth every penny. Now, for those of you who live in areas where you're going to be out prospecting all the time, this is not just going to be a weekend thing for you. You're going to be serious about this. You want to start looking at the pulse induction machines. The MineLab GPX 5000. This is a very capable machine. This machine has found pounds and pounds of gold. At $4,000, this machine is a bargain. It will pay for itself in a matter of months. Now again, this is for a person who's going to be out there pounding like on a daily basis. This is for someone who's retired, who is just, you've got the time to be out there gritting these claims, because that's and you've got to have good claims. You've got to have claims that are producing gold to pay for a $4,000 machine. Now, if you're in Alaska, if you're in Africa, if you're in some places in California or Arizona, you have to look at the MineLab GPZ 7000. This machine is the top of the line, the king, the absolute beast in the gold fields. This is the top of the line machine for gold prospectors, Civil War relic hunters, anybody that wants to go deep and wants sensitivity to small targets at depth. The MineLab GPZ 7000. Look it up. Okay, now that we've talked about the machines a bit, let's talk about education. You're going to want to educate yourself before you ever get close to a gold claim. And the best way to do that is to pick up a couple of books by a couple of very experienced gold prospectors. The first book that I'm going to recommend to you is called Fists Full of Gold. And it's by Chris Ralph, who is a very experienced prospector, geologist, graduate of the School of Mines. This book is just an outstanding A to Z guide and primer on how to find gold in the field. He takes you through basic geology, contact zones, what to look for. I can't explain the book in 30 seconds. You need to pick it up and read it. Fists Full of Gold, Chris Ralph. The next book I want to talk to you about is called The Nugget Shooter's Field Guide. It's by Reese Towns. This book truly is a field guide. This is meant to be carried with you in the field. It's small enough. It's a paperback. It's full of color photographs with very easy to understand explanations and tips. This is a great book, even for an experienced gold prospector, nugget shooter. Now, these may be a little bit harder for you to find, but if you can find Jim Strait If you can find his books, The Nugget Shooter's Bible, um, Follow the Dry Washers, Successful Dry Washing, Prospecting and Detecting for Hard Rock Gold, um, Nugget Shooting, Dry Placer Areas. These are all books by Jim Strait that you should really keep an eye out for. Before Jim passed away, I was able to get a full collection of his books, which he was gracious enough to personalize for me. Um, you need to read as much as you can about the geology of placer gold prospecting, because it'll give you that heads up when you get into the field and you get onto the gold claims. You'll feel more comfortable about what you're looking at and what you're looking for, and that's extremely important. The next thing I want to talk to you about is joining a club. This is the fastest way to learn gold prospecting. There are many clubs to choose from. The Gold Prospectors Association of America is a must. They have claims in every gold-bearing state, and it's inexpensive. So, let me explain. Some clubs cost $200 a year. Some clubs cost $2,000 a year. And there are many in between. It depends on the value of their gold claims. That's what you're looking at. But you need to join a club. You need to go to their meetings. You need to find out what's working for them on the claims. What tips they have for you on your setup for your machine. These folks are going to help you get ahead quickly. And they're going to tell you about equipment that you need. They're going to tell you why you need to buy good equipment, because gold prospecting is extremely hard on metal detectors, on shovels, on picks, on everything you take into the field. Headphones, dust, dirt, cactus, sage, everything is going to pull and tear at everything you take into the field. Gold prospecting with a metal detector is the hardest form of metal detecting, physically. It is physically the most demanding form of metal detecting there is. So keep that in mind when you get ready to go into the field and check out your new club claims. So, what does it cost to get into electronic gold prospecting? Well, a good machine is going to run anywhere from, this is a new machine now, anywhere from $650 to $8,000. And it just depends on your budget. It depends on where you are, if you even have access to detectable gold in your state. If you plan on traveling to claims that offer gold, and how often you're going to be on those claims. So you need to research the machines, the prices, and you need to talk to other people who are actually using these metal detectors out on the gold claims. Speak to a good dealer. There are so many out there. Rob Allison, Chris Golson, Bill Southern, Keith Leppert. There's just a ton of good dealers out there that can help you get the machine you need. So how much? How much does it cost to get into gold detecting? Well, it's expensive. It's going to run you about, let's say, an average of $800 for your machine. It's going to run you another, say, $100 for your pick, a good pick. It's going to, you've got your knee pads, your gloves, your hammer, pinpointer, this, that, the other thing. It's gonna run you between, say, $1,000 and $1,500 to really get into metal detecting for gold in the desert, in the mountains. It's not cheap, and of course gold's very valuable. So if you get onto a good claim and you hit a patch, you can pay for that machine pretty quickly. The other thing that you need to think about when you're getting into gold prospecting are the hazards. You're out in some rough terrain most of the time. There's poisonous snakes, spiders, there's cactus, there's rocks. You can break an ankle. You make sure that when you are out prospecting for gold, you're with someone, or you people know where you are and know when to expect you back. That you have a spot locator, something more than just a cell phone, because sometimes cell phones do not work out in these areas where we find gold. So that's really something for you to think about. Again, just real quick, I've seen thousands of people come through and want to go out and look for gold as a bucket list kind of thing. I've seen hundreds of people who were serious about learning how to use the metal detector and really go out and make this a pastime that pays for itself. And there's still plenty of gold out there. Nobody gets it all. And I know of people that just recently hit small patches and made a few $1,000s. Let's be serious. Gold is very high right now. So if you are organized, you have good skills and you have good equipment, you can get out there and you can find the gold. This is Terry from GoTreasureHunting.com. And thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this video, if it helped you in any way, please hit the like button. And if you'd be so kind as to subscribe, that really helps me out. And I can keep putting out these videos to try to help people advance their knowledge in different aspects of gold prospecting. All right. Talk to you next time.